What is up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It has been about a week since I made my last video and a lot has happened. So we're going to break down everything that has happened in the crypto and NFT world when it comes to the SEC news and their FUD and suing Coinbase and Binance, to BlackRock's ETF approval, and how all of that I think is going to affect the market going forward. We have seen nothing but upside over the past few days for cryptocurrency. At the recording of this video on Thursday, Bitcoin is sitting at around $30,000 and Ethereum is sitting at around 1900. Obviously, by the time this video goes live, those things could change, but it has been a very green past few days and people are feeling fairly excited on the timeline. So let's break it down in today's video. So a short summary: we had a couple weeks ago, the SEC came out and sued Coinbase and Binance US, and a lot of FUD sprouted from that, and we saw markets take quite a bit of a hit. A lot of people were saying, okay, this is security, this exchange is going to shut down, they're going to replace it with this. On and off, fiat on-ramps and off-ramps are going to struggle. There was so much fear and people just being overall scared in the marketplace during that time. I myself even had a moment where it was like, okay, I have quite a bit of money in certain NFTs and different cryptocurrencies. I kind of want to take some profits here, pull out some money here and start to decrease my exposure just because of how heavy the SEC was coming after some big players. It genuinely had me worried, but then we saw a few days ago that BlackRock filed for a Bitcoin ETF, and this would be huge because that would allow institutional investors with millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars to invest into Bitcoin securely and comfortably. And this would be a huge step for Bitcoin in general, but also for just the United States cryptocurrency market as a whole. And as we have seen off the back of this BlackRock ETF news, as well as a couple other companies coming out filing for Bitcoin ETFs as well, because they don't want to miss the boat, we have seen a very aggressive and swift move from Bitcoin and even ETH to the upside, from Bitcoin going from $25,000 to $26,000 to breaking over $30,000 last night and hitting around $30,500 or something like that. So a very aggressive, fast move to the upside, which begs into question what happens now. Do we get a slight pullback? Do we continue to truck higher? Do things kind of just level out here? What is going to happen? So we're going to take a look at the Bitcoin chart right now, and let's just break down a few things that happened over the past few days. We'll go on over here on the left and we'll do a price range, and we will just take from this pump down here to the current wick. That's about a 17% move over the course of, 72 to 96 hours. So a very aggressive move upward for Bitcoin. And I think this comes from quite a few things. One, the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF that they filed for, waiting for approval. That is huge. That's something that the cryptocurrency space, when it comes to Bitcoin in the United States, has been asking for and hoping for a long, long time. And that comes with a ton of benefits when it comes to institutional investors and people looking to get exposure into these markets without actually having to have self-custody holding Bitcoin themselves. And quick shameless plug, my Discord, my entire Discord has access to this algorithm that basically tells you when to long a position and when to short a position. So it basically predicts when you should bet on the price going up and when you should bet on the price going down. And as you can see here, this buy signal here would have caught you a 17% move to the upside if you had followed this indicator, which once again, my entire Discord has access to. If you are interested in joining my Discord, you can check out the link in the description below. There's also a short discount code that you can use for a little bit of money off. But this trade here and many of the trades that this algorithm presents for members in the group, there is a ton of opportunity here to make money off of these trades, as well as potentially just using it as like a trading companion, a trading buddy to help you make decisions when it comes to buy and sell things. If you had seen the news about the BlackRock ETF and you were thinking to yourself, okay, maybe this is a potential good long idea, this is a good long position to take, and then you saw a buy signal flash as well, you might have been more inclined to take this trade altogether. If you just use algorithms like this in conjunction with your own trading conviction, I think that can be a very valuable tool. Once again, my entire Discord has access to this algorithm. It also has access to so many other things, like some of the best whitelists in the space, some of the best alpha in the space, some of the best people sharing their trades in the space, as well as access to Sally, which is our crypto trading bot, which is currently completely live in the Discord and all members have access to it. So if you're trading meme coins or shit coins, that is also something you're absolutely going to want to get access to. These things can be very expensive, but in my Discord, we make it very affordable. You pay one monthly membership a month and you get access to all these different things. So a 17% move to the upside for Bitcoin off this BlackRock ETF news. And I think a large portion of that is people aren't afraid that Bitcoin is going to come under regulatory scrutiny. It is not going to be classified as a security. More than likely, I would say 95+% chance that it will be labeled a commodity. It already is labeled a commodity, and so people would have to argue very heavily that it somehow isn't. I think Bitcoin is going to reassert itself as the king of the space, and I think Bitcoin dominance is going to creep even higher. I think we're sitting at around, 50 something percent, maybe even more if you exclude stable coins. And you're just going to start to see, I think, alts continue to bleed in their pairing to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is going to take the star of the show, at least for the next few months, off of this BlackRock news. Some other interesting news that I think you guys should be aware of is Jay Powell, the United States, and interest rates had a very interesting meeting last week or the week before, I don't really remember, but they came out and paused interest rates for now. And I think that was also a contributor, and we talked about that in a few videos past, where I think a pause in interest rates can be bullish for the market because they no longer have to potentially worry about potential higher interest rates, at least for this month. And I think Jay Powell and, crew came out and said that there is potentially going to be another hike or two in the future, depending on how inflation and the economy responds to this current terminal rate. But if they have to do another 0.25 or even 2.25 interest rate increases, they will. He also said that interest rates could stay high for a couple years, is I think how he put it. Interestingly enough, I think that coincides really perfectly with the idea that Bitcoin halving is going to take place in 2024. And usually the Bitcoin halving is a great catalyst for a potential next cycle. And these bull cycles that can happen after the Bitcoin halvings can be very aggressive, can take months to play out, and can make people a ton of money. So once again, you're going to want to have the right tools like this algorithm and our crypto trading bot and a network of people like the people in Vinland, which is my private Discord, that you're going to want to be able to use to really take advantage of these crazy bull cycles that are probably going to happen sooner than you expect. So my guess is Bitcoin halving happens in April 2024, and then maybe a few months after that, some excitement starts happening. Maybe some regulatory stuff gets cleared up. Maybe the XRP and Ripple case gets finished up. There's a ton of potential bullish catalysts for this next bull cycle to take place over the next year or two. And that perfectly potentially coincides with the fact that the feds could start lowering interest rates around that time as well. So I think it's very much the time to be plugged into cryptocurrency and Web3 in general. I don't think it's time to dump your life savings and do whatever you have to do to get as much money as you can and put it all into crypto. I don't think that's the time whatsoever. I don't think there's ever a time for that. I do think, however, if you had been dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin and ETH, like we've talked about on this channel for years now, you would be feeling pretty good and pretty confident and happy in your current exposure and position. So now that we pumped to 30K, the question is, are you going to continue to dollar cost average? And my answer is yes, but I'm going to just lower the amount that I currently am. If I'm doing $200 a month, maybe I'll just do $100 a month now that we pumped 17% over the past 3 to 4 days. We also had some really interesting quotes from Jay Powell, who was saying that stable coins are a form of money and that cryptocurrency has shown itself to have staying power in the market. I think those comments also fueled to the fire for this 17% pump that we've seen from Bitcoin. I mean, if you take into account like the SEC FUD and the comments from Jay Powell and the BlackRock ETF and all these different things, it's crazy to think about that if you were bearish at that time, that was the worst possible time to sell, because not even a week later, all this crap went down and we're up 17%. And it just goes to show that you got to have a plan, you got a DCA, and you can't get fudded out of your position after every little bit of bad news because of moments like this. Markets like this that just chop up and down for months and months and months, and it's just headlines and you're trading off of news and whatever it is, that's the best way to get wrecked. And you really do have to be careful in these markets, or stuff like this is going to happen where, we see a huge jump off of a bunch of FUD and then a 17% pump in 72 hours. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, the crypto trading bot we have, the algorithm we have, the members we have, all the whitelists we have, all the different people sharing their trades and cooking with those. The Discords that you could potentially join have an insane amount of value. And even though the price tag does seem expensive, these sort of trades and the tools that they provide easily pays it off within a few months. So you just have to invest in yourself, take a leap of faith, and see what happens. think now is a great time to be plugged into cryptocurrency, whether it's not just dollar cost average a bit. You don't have to get too much into the weeds, but if you are the person who's, super into Web3 and crypto and NFTs, and you want whitelist and you want different tools and you want trading view algorithms that you can get for completely free, I think Vinland is a great Discord for you guys to join. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. The next video, we're going to be talking about, Bored Ape Yacht Club and their price action, NFTs, and how things are going. So if you are interested in that, stay tuned. That will be the very next video that I publish, and we'll just kind of go over the current sentiment with NFTs and talk about all of that goodness. So once again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the very next one. Peace.